I want us to just hit the pause button and talk about the proposed rule changes, according to Sports Illustrated's Ross Dellinger, that are potentially in play for college football. There is 4 of them. 2 of them are apparently getting some traction. We talked about it yesterday, but allow me to repeat myself. The first 2 are this. 1, no consecutive timeouts. What does that mean? No more icing the kicker. If you got 3 timeouts, you get to call one of those before he kicks the field goal, and then we go from there. You don't get to spend all 3 and make that 21-year-old think about this 40-yard field goal that is going to potentially change his life. Feels like a strategy play. I'm not for it. That's one that's in play. The other that's getting some traction is no longer extending an untimed down in the first or third quarter. So a play happens in the first quarter, there's a penalty. They're not replaying that with double zeros left in the first quarter. They're just moving that thing on to the second quarter. Again, a lot of the hope in these rules is to shorten the game at the college football level and to make these broadcasts a little more digestible. I got some feelings. We're going to talk about it. Clock only stops inside of 2 minutes on a first down. So that's one of the big changes between college football and the NFL. Typically, whenever you get a first down now, those no-huddle offenses, they get to reset, they get to get set, and all the while, the clock is not running. You have to wait until the ball is spotted for that clock to start running. They're saying, clock's going to run like the NFL until we get inside of 2 minutes. I'm not for it. I've said it before, strategy advantage. The Tennessees of the world, the old Oregon offenses under Chip Kelly, UCLA right now under Chip Kelly, feels like a strategy play, but they want to change that to, again, shorten the game. The fourth one, which is apparently the most controversial right now among these circles that deal with rules, restarting the clock when the ball is spotted after an incompletion. Now, that's not even football. Like, I don't even understand where that came from. We're really pushing the needle here if we want to shorten these games. I'm not for it. Now, I went to my Twitter page and I thought, am I crazy? Am I the only one here thinking that these rules are just a bad idea? I want to hear from y'all. I put a poll out on my Twitter page. I checked it right before we went live, and I said, are you for or against these rules? What do we think? 85% of you, of 424 plus votes, said, nah, we're good. We don't want to change the rules, which really to me just made me feel good. But there's a bigger point I'm trying to make here in relation to these rules, which is that it feels like we keep trying to make college football like the NFL. And my question is why? We like college football because it's college football. If we wanted to watch the NFL, we would wait till Sunday, sit down and watch the NFL games. And that's fine. I am not against the NFL. I said it on this very show yesterday. I am not anti-NFL. I sat down, I watched Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts get after it in the Super Bowl, and I was happy as a clam. But I love college football, and I want my college football to be uniquely college football. I don't want my college football to look like the NFL. People who like spicy food, they like spicy food because it's spicy. You don't order buffalo wings and then hope it tastes like barbecue. If you like barbecue, that's fine. You can have barbecue. But we don't need to water down buffalo to make it less spicy for the people to enjoy in a larger scale. How many of you know this? When something is special, it might not be for everybody, right? Like college football doesn't need to have a wider audience. There is a ton of people, an enormous audience that watch college football and will continue to watch college football happily. This is no knock on the NFL. I think the concern that I have is we are trying to find a solution to something and we're taking the wrong approach. Like if the hope is here to grow fans, changing the rules ain't going to do it. If you watch the NFL over college football, you watch the NFL because you'd rather watch Eagles versus Giants than Texas and OU. That's okay. That's fine. We're not going to get those fans to come watch our game just because we made it a little bit shorter. That's not going to swing that diehard Eagles fan to go watch Texas OU or to go watch Temple or to go watch insert whatever college football team here. If you like the NFL, there's no swaying you. Same thing with college football. You can enjoy both, but you are specifically loyal more often than not to either the college or the professional game. Now, I won't be ignorant and say there's not overlap there just a little bit, but you hear what I'm saying. Shortening the game, changing these rules, we're not going to draw a wider audience. That this is not the way to do it. You know it, I know it, and in their heart of hearts, I even think the people proposing these rules, I think they know it. The other issue I have, when we're changing the rules like this, none of it has to do with the game itself. It's all about people that are exchanging dollar bills and wearing suits and ties to work. Like, it's not about the game itself. I could go down a rabbit hole into the college football playoff. I won't do it because I have my own feelings and concerns about that I would say have the same reasoning as I do about this. None of this is about player safety. None of this is about having a more equal outcome. None of this is about leveling the playing field. All of this is about how can we put more dollar bills in our pockets and try to add just a little bit more fans. Again, I told you, it's not going to add more fans. Like on the large scale, we're not going to see a huge uptick because the game is 3 hours as opposed to 3 hours and 45 minutes or 3.5 hours. That's not going to get you new fans. And it's not about the game. It's about the people exchanging money. Now, I would also say this. I understand this is what it's about. I understand that money is what makes these broadcasts go. It's what causes college football to be the monster that it is. I get that. You're not telling me anything new by saying, well, JD, I appreciate what you're saying, but it's never going to happen, bro. It's about money. I hear you, but let's just get on our soapbox here a little bit. Protect college football from becoming the NFL. I'll say what I said on this platform yesterday. I'll say it again today. You want to shorten broadcasts? You want to go from having a 3.5-hour game to a 3-hour game? You want to do that? I'll tell you how to do that. You cut one commercial from every break. Boom. Done. And that's it. And that'll shorten your game. Now, I understand there's too much money involved. It's not going to happen. But if that was really the hope, if the hope was really to make these broadcasts shorter so you could get more fans, it's one way to do it. You don't need to have the clock running after an incompletion. That's just the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. All right, so let's keep college. Let's keep NFL. We don't need to have them look the same. We love them because they're different. We don't need to open the gates and widen the reach for college football fans to go grab other people that aren't even interested in the sport. If you love college football, you love college football. If you love the NFL, you love the NFL. A couple of rule changes, that's not going to get it done, man. That's not going to get it done. So again, we are not only against just a couple of these rules, we're against all of these rules. College football is college football. The NFL is the NFL. I hope I haven't been unclear. To the NFL fans watching this, subscribe if you haven't already. We love y'all. We're glad that you're a part of this. College football fans, if you haven't subscribed yet, we'd love to have you a part of this as well. We talk college football here every single day, live twice a week. As you can tell, we're passionate about this, but I very much so hope that these rules don't go into effect. Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.